Shalom Yashrala, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that were well. And salutation, much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson, which is inspired by seeing this here, the video about the little baby getting tattooed up. And just other little videos here and there, that's going around. But it had me starting to think about, actually my response to it was, hey, they're doing it all for the gram or, whatever social media sites that they go on where they upload these videos to. But nevertheless, it had me thinking about this smartphone that we have, right? This one device with so much wickedness there is being pushed out, all right? Because, see, now that we all have these little smartphones and can upload videos and camcord things, you just see people doing the most just for so-called video or views and attention and things like that. And a lot of the people are using these things for wickedness. All right. Now, we know that, all these things are put forth from the Most High for, one thing or another, just like how, the internet and mainly YouTube, this is one of the main avenues that we use to push out this here truth, where a lot of good can come from it. But nevertheless, the majority of these people are using it for wickedness. People are out here videotaping, certain things just for views and clout. You see somebody, drowning or something, dying or whatever it is, and they just want to go get a video in to go get some likes instead of actually going out and helping the person. Or, they had a while back the knockout game where people just go out or they yell world star. Once you hear that, somebody about to get swung on. And so this is like going into how these evils are just going, more and more and more, they're one over top of another, man. You had the one lady who damn near had a heart attack for doing this little challenge where they were, I think it's called dry scooping up like some kind of exercise powder or something like that and just taking it without mixing it with water, all for views, and wound up having a heart attack, man. All right. And then you got to think about what is causing these people to do all this here violence, man. All right, the fact that they just want so-called attention and things like that, but nevertheless, this violence is just going crazy. Our people are going mad with these things, man, just for a little bit of views and things like that. Let's jump into some scriptures real quick. This is Genesis chapter 6. We start at verse 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. All right, and this is basically what we have our people out here doing, man. All right, they want to sit here. You see a lot of people that are doing things that they don't even have to actually do. But the fact of the matter is they're going to record it and they're going to get some views over these things. I mean, hell, you got a lot of these rappers that's out here with these little beefs and things like that. You got a lot of these new rappers coming up like this over internet beefs and things like that. They had one rapper, I think he got killed, though. I don't know what his name is, some Florida rappers. But nevertheless, they had him and some other rapper, I guess, had some back and forth, and I guess one of them killed the other one or something like that, or somebody in their crews killed the other one. And they filmed a music video, all right, basically on the dude's grave site, and he had like a news picture sign, and they showed on the news 3 men were killed and they showed the faces of it. He had made a poster of all these things. And you got to ask yourself, why do all these things? Like, you want to be a rapper and sell some music, but these are the antics that you're using to try to get all this here stuff because you can videotape it and people will sit there and watch like, oh, he didn't kill his ops. And, they didn't did a video on top of the grave. I'm like, they just trying to outdo the last thing that they were doing beforehand, man. All right. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. People are just doing all kind of wickedness, like the lady with the tattooing the baby, man. Why do you think she did all that? So her Instagram or whatever will be popping. Oh, shit, I got all these viewers looking in at this or this video I put up. Come on, man. All right. Why don't you use any of these things for good, man? All right. Or just things that are so-called basic, man. You can make a living. I tell people this all the time. Like, if you like cooking all damn day long, why don't you just sit in the house and cook and videotape what you're doing and then just talk about you cooking? For one, that could teach some of our younger generations that don't know how to cook, pass down certain things like that. Videotape yourself repairing a car or something like that to teach and edify people on things like that, just on normal things. But no, the majority of these people want to sit out here and just do wickedness and more wickedness and more wickedness, man, over and over and over again, man. All right, this is how we know we in the last days, man, because this is all that they want to do. Let me jump down. Verse 11, the earth was also corrupted before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, and all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. All right, now this is going into the time of Noah when the flood came. And just like the scriptures say, hey, It's going to be the same thing like in the days of Noah, man. All right. And then it's just corruption and evil going on more and more and more day after day after day, man. All right. And this is what you have going on where people are out here doing all kind of antics just to get views and likes and get people attention on them. All right. And they don't even realize that these people don't really care about you once you get locked up or you wind up dying. They on to the next person. But hey, people are out here just literally doing these little things. You had that one guy, Booten Gang or whatever, who was doing things like that on the internet. Like he'd go in somewhere and just steal some shit and run off, all while filming this shit just for views on the internet, man. All right. Now, I don't know if he's actually dead or not now. I'm pretty sure something wicked happened to us, or like something happened to him. But nevertheless, you know, this is what this generation has come to right now, man. All right. This is what you have going on with these people right about now, man. All right. All their internal thoughts is only evil continually. All right. Now, like I said, you know, with the internet, we push out this here truth. All right. We edify, we build our people up and teach our people and, you know, things pertaining to the truth. All right. But then, you know, if you're not into that, you know, you can still be getting your little views and everything else like that. Like I said, if you're a mechanic, whatever you're good at, you know, if you're a mechanic, gardener, or any of these things, repairing computers and stuff like that, hey, man, get your little video camera and record that and upload that, you know, and get you your little same views and everything else like that. But guess what? These people don't have no kind of skills. The only skills they know is wickedness, man. All right, they got to outdo the last person in their wickedness, man. All right, and this is mainly amongst our people, man. This is how low and how destroyed our people are, man. All right, their whole life existence is getting some views on the internet and some likes on the internet and Instagram and stuff like that from the wickedness they doing. These women out here twerking for the gram. And sometimes you see them in these little videos and stuff like that. They just sitting there just playing with their little weave and everything, just looking in the camera, reading the comments. But you ain't even doing nothing. You just, you know, just trying to get some views and things like that, man. All right, but then it's causing the folks to just be wicked all outdoors, man. Going back to the lady that tattooed her baby up, man. All right, now we don't know what the baby did in his past life or anything like that, but nevertheless, you didn't damn near destroyed your child's life. Put him on a wicked path just so you can get some views and some likes on the internet, man. Come on, think about how destroyed our people are when this is what they're doing, man. And then our people wonder why we be cussing them out, talking about 2/3 got to die, man. Because this is what 2/3 of our people are doing, man. All right, and it like literally, man, they're just out here on straight wickedness, man. All right, and I'd be questioning sometimes why these stupid ass niggas be showcasing their crimes and stuff like that. Oh, we out here doing whatever, you know. You even see folks live streaming high speed police chases, like they going on a police chase and everything. They had, but this was an Edomite actually. They had not too long ago. They had this Edomite dude. I think he shot at the police or something. They had this big ass like high speed chase the whole time. This nigga is waving his arm out the window. He got his arm out the window just streaming this shit. And I'm like, bruh, so you shot at the police, went on a high-speed chase just so you can stream it on the internet. I'm like, bruh, what is that really? This is why the Most High's got to destroy this place, man, because it's just nothing but evil going on, all right? Let me go from there to Ezekiel. Because this is how we know we at the end, man. What is it? Ezekiel 5. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. It says, thus saith Yahweh power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come. All right, now going into this, you know, the ultimate judgment is coming, Jacob's trouble and everything like that. But you're about to get your punishments for the things that you've been out here doing. But you know, and the people will cry out like, why is all these things happening? Look at your actions. Look at what you're doing. And look at the purpose of why you're doing all these things, man. All right. Why you ask us why we put up these videos? You know, we fear the Most High. We're doing what we're called to do. But ultimately, we want to see our people get raised up. You know, Ezekiel chapter 37, I prophesied as I was commanded. And, you know, there arose an exceedingly great army, you know, roughly paraphrasing, you know, the valley of the dry bones. All right, we're trying to do the will of the Lord. But you ask them why they're doing what they're doing, why they're recording, why they're streaming the things that they're doing. For one, they wouldn't give you an answer. But ultimately it goes back, I want views. I want people to like me from showcasing the violence that we doing, man. All right. Verse 7, it says, Salah. Oh, let me just read on down. It says, the morning is come unto thee, O that dwellest in the land, the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense thee for all thine abominations. So not only all right, people out here doing all this here wickedness, but then they're gonna be questioning, why is all this type of stuff happening to me and so on and so. Like, what were you doing in your life? What type of shit was you doing, man? You know, you see some people that's out here, you know, like I said, these rappers that's out here doing a lot of these Chicago rappers. This same shit happened to them. You know, they'll make a diss song about smoking they ops and doing all kind of crazy shit like that. Then they wind up getting killed, and then everybody be crying, oh, they all gotta stop with the violence and everything. I was watching this one guy, I don't even know who he is, but nevertheless, this random video popped up and it was all in the spirit. He was talking about, he was being interviewed and they was asking him about the Lil Durk situation, or not Lil Durk, it's another nigga from Chicago, Lil Reese. He was asking about Lil Reese, and apparently he done got robbed or shot. Something happened to him. He got shot or something like that, right? And basically, the police had him arrested or something like that in handcuffs, and he was like bleeding out or something. I didn't see the video, but just going off the conversation they was having. And the guy was asking, like, the interviewer was asking the other guy, was like, isn't that sad about going on and this and that? And the guy didn't even see it, but he had referenced 2 other shootings that happened unto him. All right, about, you know, did you see when he got shot this time? Then he got shot in the neck, the face, and some other place, right? But these was on 3 different occasions. So homeboy keep getting shot at, right? And he was asking him, he was like, yo, did you see the video? That was kind of sad how they had him handcuffed on the ground and bleeding out and everything like that. Now, the guy that was being interviewed said some shit that just blew my mind. He was like, you know, first of all, he said he didn't see the video. And then he was like, nah, well, what's wrong with that? Like, isn't this the same shit he be rapping about, singing about? Like, I want to see the video so I can sit there and dance and laugh to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the interviewer was stuck. He was like, well, why would you want to do all that? He was like, wait a minute. Now, this guy here raps about this type of stuff, smoking his ops and this and that. You over there tapping your foot, bobbing your head and dancing to it when he's basically creating a picture in your mind based off of the lyrics that you know he's rapping to you. But at the same time, when you really see it actually happening to him in reality, how is it sad when that happens? But when he's talking about somebody else's child this is happening to, y'all glorify, oh, he the best rapper, or he, you know, he's so real and this and that, man. All right, but look at, you got to understand where, you know, a lot of all this here stuff stems from, man. All right, this is that social media generation, man. They're doing all these things for the so-called views and everything else like that, man. All right, and then there was another rapper or somebody was saying, like, you know, if rappers was rapping about the things that they own, not in that type of sense, but the things they actually own and accomplish, like, you know, yeah, well, I own some restaurants, I own these properties, I invested into this, like their investments, things that's making them money versus the little stupid BS that they be rapping about, like, oh, I got some rims, some cars, like flashy cars and some jewelry. I got money stacks up to my ears. You know, the youth would be more inclined to try to get these things. Like, yo, you hear all these rappers talking about how many millions they got, but they're not really doing anything productive with it. All right. They're not really setting up their generations and investing in certain things and stuff like that. They're just doing wickedness with it, man. They'll go to a strip club and go blow $50,000 in a strip club, $100,000 in a strip club. But, you know, their mama and their cousin and somebody else is still living in the projects, or, you know, just random stuff like that. You got poor Jakes all over the place, and then they, you know, crying, don't nobody ever want to help us out. They all always get mad at the rich. But then when they get a little bit of money, they go and throw it in a strip club and everything like that. But then they'll be called, quote unquote, lame if they invest their money into something, man. All right. But let me keep reading. Verse 9 says, and my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And you shall know that I am Yahweh that smiteth. All right. So going back, let me keep reading. Behold, it has come, the morning is gone forth, the rod has blossomed, pride hath budded, violence is risen up into the rod of wickedness, none of them shall remain, nor of the multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be any willing for them. All right, so when we to the point now where, you know, basically, you know, you have one rapper getting shot or get killed, somebody, you know, any of these new little rappers getting shot, get killed. Before they can even have a funeral for him, it's another one, something didn't happen to him. You got all these different shootings that's going on, all these, and just listening to some of these cats and some of the news stories about how some of these young cats is out here rolling around. They just riding around with a bunch of guns, waving them out the window, aiming it at just random bystanders and shooting at them, and, you know, just doing certain things like that just to film it on the internet, man. But then when Esau come rolling down on your ass and start shooting y'all ass or whatever, they're like, oh, y'all got to stop the police violence. Y'all got to. And I'm not saying that, you know, oh, the police is righteous for what they doing. Ultimately, it's the Most High judging these folks. But nevertheless, like, yo, man, what type of lifestyle, what type of end do you believe is going to come from the type of lifestyle that you live in? All right, when all you do is ride around talking about smoking your ops, shooting up their mom in them house, doing all kind of things like this, what kind of end do you think you're going to have, man? All right, when you have all these women that's just on the internet twerking and showing off their bodies and everything else like that, they wonder why they can't get no man, they can't keep a man. All right, nobody really, how do you say, respect them in any other type of way. Like, well, what else did you think? You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, these people are about to get their rude awakening, especially in Jacob's trouble, man. All right, because everybody all hardcore and everything like that. I made a statement to somebody the other day, like, yo, these gangsters is getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier by the years, you know, and meaning that, you know, back in the olden days, if you was one of these so-called hardcore tough guys or whatever, whatnot, you had to be able to back it up, throw some hands or whatever. But nowadays, everybody rapping about how they got a Draco. They'll pull up on you and they'll spray it and air it all out. I'm like, come on now. All you young Jakes just going out here just pulling guns on folks just because. But hey, man, and the sad part is, not even the sad part, you get behind them prison bars and you ain't really got nothing but your fist. You see what really happened to them boys out there, man. All right, but this is what they asking for, and this is the judgment that the Most High is going to bring upon them for all this here wicked shit that they doing day in and day out for how they say, do it for the gram. All right, let me continue on. This is Matthew 24, I'm going to read verse 10 and 12. It says, then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Jump to verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, because all this here wickedness is going forth. You know, you got people that'll go up and, who was it? I think it was this one girl who wound up beating her mama up on the internet just for some views or something like that. Or maybe it was her girlfriend mama or some shit like that. But the fact that the whole setup was just like, oh, they think that I'm such and such, so on. And they come out with the phone, knock on the door. When she opened the door, she starts swinging on it. And another lady like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? But then you think about it, it's just all for some so-called views. And I don't know if this is the same story or not, but I think that chick wound up getting killed. And I guarantee you, people was like, oh, why did this happen? This is so sad. Y'all got to stop the violence. But 2 minutes ago or 2 weeks ago, y'all was just cheering her on for knocking on the door and beating up some older lady, like somebody mama or something, whether it be her mama or her girlfriend mama or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all applauding that, but then when, you know, that judgment come back on around, oh, everybody want to be sad for her. Ain't nobody decided to try to tell her to stop. You know what I'm saying? When you watch all these videos and everything like that, you know, you see these, but they got the little smiley faces and the little hearts going up on the side of the screen and everything like that. People just hitting the like button and cheering them on and everything like that. You know, but then at the end all be all, when things start going left for them, all right, people still be laughing at you when you catch your judgment, man. All right. Second Esdras. Oh, here we go. Verse 8. Second Esdras 5 and 8. It says, there shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places. This is the point here. And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. All right. And going, hey, man, our people are so damn destroyed. Like I said, man, you got the lady who tattooed up her baby, man, a full body tattoo. This little baby can't even walk, can't even wipe his own ass, can't even use the bathroom on his own. But yet he got his whole body tattooed up, man. All right. And who do you think is raising up these children, man? They got you know, because they have the lack of a man in the household to put forth that judgment. This is what's going on with the whole, you know, the whole head is sick, basically, man. All of our people are out here sick. And what do you think? You know, and a lot of these mothers out here really respect their children more because they grew up to be a so-called dope boy, gangbanger, killing and smoking the ops, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, versus, you know, trying to be you know, they'll call you lame if you so-called book smart, a little bit intelligent, trying to walk on the right path in life. You know, Jake will sit there and clown you for things like that. But if you out there selling dope on the side of the block, you see us on the highways and the byways, man. You know what? It used to be like this, but now you know the most I start bringing out this judgment. Very rarely do our people walk upon us. But nevertheless, you know, they used to come out there and cuss us out and do all kind of wicked shit to us and want to fight us, pull knives and guns on us and everything like that for telling them, you know, the truth about them and exposing their wickedness and everything like that, because we're on the corners out there reading Bibles, and trying to fix our people up. But yet and still, if we was on them same corners out there selling some drugs, all right, or on the same corner shooting a music video with a bunch of Dracos in the video, a bunch of cups of lean in the video, everybody smoking in the video, women butt ass naked, our daughters, our sisters, and our mothers shaking their ass on the video, they would love us. But since we telling our women to put their clothes on, telling our daughters, our sisters, our mothers to put their clothes on, you know what I'm saying? Stop walking around here like you a prostitute or something like that. We the enemy now. But this is what was brought forth, man. All right, it says, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters. All right, and this is what we have, a generation of these damn monsters whose thoughts in their minds is evil continuously, man. All they want to do is stream, go live stream, and do some wickedness, just for, how do I say, some recognition or whatever on the internet, man. They're doing all this here wickedness. Like I said, you got, I think at least one of them is dead now. These rappers that came up and got famous from just going back and forth and the killing between these two different camps. It was like a Jacksonville rapper or something like that, right? One of them is like being interviewed by Vlad, and I think the other guy might be dead or something. But anyway, both of these rappers could have probably had, now this is all wickedness to begin with, but both of these rappers could have had a little rap career, made a little bit of money and did a little bit of things that they had to do. But yet and still, they go back and forth, body for body, body for body. Like, how many of your friends and your relatives are locked up for killing somebody else? Or how many of your friends and relatives are dead because you just going back, y'all going tit for tat, man? All right, you got this new generation where, you've lost the majority of all this new generation's rappers and things like that due to violence and killing one another over the so-called rap beef and the little things that they're over here videotaping, man. When I was younger, you only had two people, Biggie and Tupac, that, and they started the shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, this whole new generation has brought it to, like I said, man, you can count more than 10 rappers that this hasn't happened to. They didn't have the same demise because of the type of things that they've been rapping about, man. Everybody want to go over there talking about rest in peace to King Von. It's so sad that this and that, not knowing that this boy ran up on this other boy and tried to start a fight with him, and he wound up getting shot by somebody else that was trying to protect his friend. Not saying it's right or it's wrong, but nevertheless, this the same rappers that just rap about killing. They so quote unquote they ops. We just smoked the ops over there. We ride them by and drop the location. We gonna ride up on y'all or whatever. Like, come on, man. This is what you rapping about all damn day. This is where you get your views about. If these same rappers was rapping about raising their daughters to be respectable women, raising their young men to be respectable young men and things like that, they wouldn't get no damn views and no sales and none of that stuff like that, man. Oh, he lame. He over here talking about, hey, we got to stop doing drugs in the neighborhood, stop selling lean to each other, stop killing each other in the hoods. We got to start buying up property and land and investing and having our own businesses and things like that. They wouldn't listen to no rappers like that, man. But if you were talking about riding around and smoking your ops and doing walk downs on their mamas and shit like that, everybody want to hear all that. Oh, he popping. He's so real. He the truth, man. He the truth. And I'm like, bro, and they don't even really understand. Well, I was going to say, this young generation don't even really understand that you can't rap about killing folks and selling drugs and be a rapper like you putting it on the internet or on record and don't think that the police are going to investigate and then your ass go to jail. But in reality, they actually doing this shit for real. And you see a lot of them going to jail right the fuck now for these types of things. Like, yo, dog, you rapped about this in your song lyrics and we found out this is actually some real shit. And now you going to jail for this here body. I'm like, they done rapped about it like these stupid ass people. But nevertheless, this is what's going forth from this here generation, man. This is why the Most High got to wipe you out, man. All right. Let's go from there to, matter of fact, we'll close with this in Proverbs. I didn't want to make this too long, but nevertheless, I mean, this just some wicked ass shit that's going forth. And hey, man, our people just love this type of lifestyle, man. Like I said, man, you try to talk to some of these women out here, right? Let's say, you talk to some of these Jake women. If you're not living that type of lifestyle where, you out here selling drugs to your own community, well, selling drugs, period, or all kind of drugs. If you ain't toting a Draco, if you ain't shooting at your ops, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing none of this violent ass lifestyle or this wicked ass lifestyle like this, or if you ain't on social media posting up, like they'll tell you, well, I don't know. I'm not really on social media, but I'm pretty sure they'll tell you if you got a social media, they ask you for your social media, and you ain't got a bunch of violence and wickedness on there. They ain't really fucking with you like that, man. All right. I get it sometimes when people ask me if I got a social media and everything. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no, what's your Facebook or your Instagram? Nah, I ain't got none of that shit. Right. Then all of a sudden they look at you like you're a weirdo. Like, wow. I like, because it ain't nothing but wickedness is going on there. I don't need this person and that person all of my business and then starting all of this. Look, you see what they said on this and you seen what they said on that. They reposted this, they disliked that. And all this here violence comes from that, man. Like I said, the world star phrase, man. When you see people holding out their cell phones and screaming world star, notice somebody want some kind of recognition for doing some kind of wickedness on that, man. But if you don't want to partake into those things and things like that, people look at you like you weird. I'm like, what's wrong with this? You know, what's wrong with this wicked ass nigga? Why don't he want to partake in this? Like, nah, man, that shit's just wicked, man. All right. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 11, it says, there's a generation that curses their father and does not bless their mother. All right. Now, you seen it. Or there was a couple different videos of fathers and sons having shootouts with each other. All right. You had this one boy, like when they had the first lockdown, and everybody was buying toilet paper. I think he swung on his grandma or did something like that, or pulled a gun on his grandma because she was hiding toilet paper from him. All right. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, you had the one girl who beat up her mama live on Facebook, or somebody mama live on Facebook, just because, or whatever internet little site they was on. Had them over there fighting just for the doggone, how they say, posted it for the gram or something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, man, they don't have no respect and no honor for their own parents, man. They out here trying to fight and swing on their own parents, and not behind closed doors or anything like that, but for the internet, man. So the internet can see how quote unquote real they are. All right. And you hear these young rappers, or not young rappers, these young kids talking about how such and such is a real one. I'm like, why? Because, you know, he done been tried or arrested for 3 different types of murder cases and everything. He a real one because he going around killing folks. All right. How about actually being a father to your children and raising your kids? That's or taking responsibilities for the things that you're doing and accountability for what you're doing. That to me is a real one. Not going around and just, I mean, anybody could pull a gun and shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Verse 12 says, there's a generation that is pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness. There's going with just that. You know, they're pure in their own eyes. They think, hey, well, shit, this is the right thing to do. This is the cool thing to do. If y'all ain't, like I said, if y'all ain't putting up this here wickedness on the internet, you a so-called outcast. You a lame. You know, if somebody was to check our social medias like the YouTube, for instance. Oh, this what y'all be uploading on y'all? Oh, y'all lame. Y'all just be sitting over here reading the Bible on the internet and this and that. But then you go and you look at their little Instagrams and they over there drinking some lean and just smoking out, or you know, tatting up their babies. All right, swinging on folks, knockout gaming people, doing stupid ass challenges, riding around just pulling guns on people that's jogging down the road. Those are the ones that's getting the likes and everything like that, and the so-called adulation and things like that, man. They're the ones that so-called quote-unquote righteous in their own eyes, all right? Verse 12 again, Proverbs 30 and 12, there's a generation that is pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness, because they can't do no wrong. They think that they live in a so-called righteous life, and then they look at us like we doing something wicked with our life. There's a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords and their jaws. Salat. Let me go back up. Verse 14. There's a generation whose teeth are as swords and their jaws teeth as knives to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men. All right. And like I said, man, they got the knockout game and all these other little things like that. There's a billion of these little things they got going on nowadays. But hey, this is where, you know, Jake is, how do I say, thriving in right now, just straight wickedness, man. Because wow, they can upload it to the internet and getting some views and everything like that, man. All right, like you think back in, you know, when I was younger and things like that. Yeah, Jake was still out here fighting and killing each other and everything like that, but not on the level that you have it on now, man. All right, because wow, we weren't just live streaming everything that was going on. All right, let me we'll just close out with that. But nevertheless, point is already made, man. We got this wicked ass generation that's just evil and evil continually, and for that reason, the earth was flooded the first time. Why do you think we at the end right now, and you just see everything just starting to collapse and spiral out of control, man? Because look at our people, man. You can't teach them or tell them nothing. You can't even tell them about their wickedness, man. You're like, yo, this is why, you know, you can't get a so-called respectable job because you tatted from head to toe and you live in this so-called gangster lifestyle, and the police always harassing you because of that, man. This is why you keep getting locked up, because you going around showing videos of you toting guns and aiming it at people riding down the streets and everything like that, man. This is why and people, how do I say, people thrive off of just watching these types of things. And then once that show is over, Tekashi 6ix9ine, we'll end it with that. People like watching all him and his wickedness and trying to start up all these fights about everything else like that. And it was funny because he said in an interview about why he snitched and everything like that. He was like, look, and it's a proverb against his own self, man. He's like, look, man, you can't ask me why I did what I had to do because, when I'm in jail, you're not feeding my kids, you're not watching out for my mama, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. Y'all forget about me and the next little rapper will come back up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all forget all about me, y'all be on them. So I had to do what I had to do so I can get back out and keep doing my wickedness just so I can do all these different things like that. I'm like, yeah, but bro, you could have came out with a different approach. You didn't have to do all that wickedness and you wouldn't have been in your predicament. But yet and still, this is what made him famous. These types of antics, going around starting fights and antagonizing different people here and there, creating violence, putting hits out on people and everything. That's what got you all in the limelight and everything. Most people probably didn't even listen to your songs. They was just looking at you streaming on the internet doing all this here wickedness. Then you get locked up and everything like that. And then you decide to go tell on the people that you was doing the wickedness with just because you was in fear that the people that you was in there entertaining with your violence will forget about you and go into another person that's doing more violence. So you're going to go get right back out and go right back to your same antics with more and more violence. But then when something, like if somebody roll on him and blow his brains out or something like that, then you have all these people, oh, the violence need to stop, rest in peace, and so on and so forth. No, man. This is your judgment from the wicked shit that you've been doing, man. This is why Jacob's trouble is coming around the corner, man. And a lot of you Jakes is about to get exterminated, man. All right? But nevertheless, Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and ever will. And citation, much love for you, Aki, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.